Aloha. Walk to the Submarine's life size the rocks. You'll go to the starboard side. You'll see the sub make its way offshore, maintaining about 40 feet of depth. Understand your captain has visuals. Listen in. Has the contact. It's final clearance to surf. Visuals there, secure, Curtis.
Alrighty, guys. So, do you guys see that turquoise stripe right off our starboard bow? That is right where the submarine's at. Right now, Captain Steve is going to put it right off our starboard beam. You guys should be able to see that. If you have your sunglasses on, maybe we'll see it a little bit better without sunglasses. So, you guys can see that turquoise stripe is going to get brighter and brighter. Please switch your camera to video mode. It's a little bit easier to record what's happening. There she goes.
Clear as well. Got 6 this year. What was good there?
That was cool.
That's pretty cool, right? I think it's cool primarily because it's air conditioned. So technically, it's really cool. Yeah, I know. That's what you would call a subpar joke. It gets worse the deeper we go. If I start floundering, I'll climb up after that one. Okay, all right. I need everyone's help. There is a group on the inside, so I need to get them out before I can get you guys in. Can I have everyone take a seat? Can everyone take a seat? Make sure you sit next to your group. And then those of you who are in the front of the holocaust, you guys are going to slide towards me. So make sure there's no empty white space between you and me. And those of you who are in the back are going to come sit in the front. All right?
Go, Rangy, move to Mom.
Everybody in the front of the boat. So if you see any white spaces, slide it towards me. Make sure you sit with your
Sit next to me.
I'm going to board you guys one group at a time. And yeah, sorry to dance if I get in the way of the photos. I've already seen this before, so you can walk by too. All right, so now, cool. Everyone's seated, which is fantastic. Now, once we're all set, ready to go, I'm going to call you guys up, one group at a time. Once we are all set, ready to go, I'm going to call you guys up, one group at a time. So, if you're not the first side of the sub to see the first view of the first reef, don't worry, don't panic. We will spin around, I promise.
That's the bottom of the ocean.
Objects such as the sharks in the Spaldigo race, those guys love to swim. I'm not sure if we can even catch any. I'm not sure if we're going to see any. But it's good. Someone's already seen a stingray? Are you serious? There's a baby stingray on the port side. I don't believe you. I said, no, I'm just kidding. No, I believe you. There may be a spotted ray out there on the port side. Whoever saw it. A little one? Yeah, there's been 2 little ones that have been hanging out here. Yeah, that's you. Very well, probably saw something before I did. Lucky you guys. Now, if you guys want a cool photo, 1, the first photo you guys can get is the submarine surfacing. 2, the second photo you guys can get is when the depth indicator hits 100 feet. I'm assuming many of you guys are inside a submarine because you don't scuba dive. So this is a good opportunity to show all your friends that you are 99 feet underwater. Whenever I bring this up, it always stops right here. 99 is pretty good. 100 feet underwater. That is a 10-story building between you and the surface. Pretty terrifying. All right, starboard side. You guys want a coin toss? You guys got the South Reef. You guys got that school of blue striped snapper. But I want to knock out what we're seeing. Starboard side of South Reef's made of what looks like plates. That's called plate coral. Port side. The coral that looks like fingers out there. That's called finger coral. The stuff that looks like heads of cauliflower. It's called cauliflower coral. Marine were very nice to us and named things the way it looks. So you just got to guess what they are and you'll probably be correct. So to continue with that, the black-bodied fish here off the starboard side that have white tails look like they've been picked up and dipped in chocolate. That is their name. They're called chocolate dip damselfish. Very brilliantly named down here. Now, starboard side, you guys can tell there's more fish. There's a whole bunch of fish on the starboard side, and there's significantly more fish on the starboard side of the sub versus the port side of the sub. And you will find that throughout the Hawaiian Island chain, these large plate coral reef structures provide
Look, there's a
a
big fish
lot
down
of
there.
protection and a lot of food for a lot of fish. Now, there is plenty of food on the port side, just not as much protection. So, with that, you'll see that there is less fish.
Look, there's one sir right there, right? See there? There. Ooh. Hello.
So that's school of blue striped snapper. If you find them on the Hawaiian Reef Fish Guide, they have an I next to their name. And that I means that they are introduced. 1,000 of those fish were brought from Tahiti to Oahu. Now those blue striped snapper were brought here on purpose, so after work I can have a fun fish to catch, because they make really good fish tacos. That's kind of our judgment for fish. No, seriously, that's our judgment for fish. Do they make good fish tacos? And if the answer is yes, we like them. If the answer is no, 9 out of 10 times they're still really cool looking fish. Now port side, there's that spot. Is there a spot eagle ray out there? Oh, I just saw it out the pilot's viewport. There it is. Yeah. 30 feet out. There's the spot eagle ray.
Where?
Dude, okay. To the kid that I was making fun of, I'm so sorry. You were right. I'm so sorry. You can hate on me as much as you want now. That's totally acceptable.
Oh, it's all the way down there. It's all the way down there. It's going that way.
Okay, so the school of yellowfish with blue stripes, those guys are called blue striped snapper. And it's really simple. They've got blue stripes. They're in the snapper family. Like, it doesn't get any easier. They make my job very simple. Now, you guys can see they're all schooling for protection. Starboard side, you guys are able to see this. Now, port side, you guys can see. Now, starboard side, if you look over your neighbor's shoulder and you check them out, you're going to see that they are in a different configuration than they were when you guys are looking at it. And that is an indicator to Captain Tito and myself of multiple things. One, the current isn't super crazy strong. Number two, there's no predators here. If a predator shows up, they'll use that school to drop straight down to the reef, and they'll use that school for protection. But they also want to hang out here at this reef because they can double it up and use the reef for protection as well.
Do you see the fish?
We are 65 feet long and weigh 80 tons. If we get any closer than we are right now, we will break it. Like, I wouldn't want to give. There's so much hiding. There's all sorts of nooks and crannies for all these fish to be able to hide it. So many times, if the predators come by, we'll see the reef will completely empty because they all hide inside versus where they're hanging out
That's cool.
outside in the
Look at
current.
it down there.
Which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Which I think is cool. No, some stuff that looks like plates. It's called plate coral. Remy just made a mind-blowing noise in the headset. The co-pilot's making fun of you, sir. I'm sorry. Not me. He is. I promise. Sea urchins. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. 10 out of 10 do not recommend stepping on the sea urchins. Yeah, what's cool is the urchins out here, they're all herbivores. So they're algae eaters. Anatomically, their mouth is on the bottom of their body. So anatomically, when they sit, their mouth's on the bottom of their body. So they'll walk around in search of food because all the food, they just need to walk on top of the food and then they can munch on it. Now, there's a whole bunch of different types of urchins you'll see out here. The ones that you'll see here are the long spine sea urchins. They're these really cool, they almost like move in the current, these really cool, beautiful long spines. Those ones hurt so much if you step on them. It's like a needle. It's obviously a little bit bigger than a needle, but it hurts a lot. It has that same action of just to give you a whole bunch of little pokies. And then they'll get stuck in your foot. And they actually have just a little bit of toxin in them that you can actually get. A lot of people don't have a hard allergic reaction to it, but if it hits you really bad, sometimes you can get almost fever and flu-like symptoms. One of our other boat captains, he was surfing and he hit one. He kicked one with his foot, And by the end of the day, he went home with 103 fever or something like that. It was brutal. So you do just have to be really, really careful out here. Now, there's also some other really weird stations, like the collector urchin doesn't have very long spines. It will just attach itself to something, and then it'll kind of pull it off, and it will put stuff on its body to kind of hide. The pencil urchin is red, and it is as thick as a pencil. It's really, really cool. You'll see that also on the boat. We don't find that here at this dive set. Now, we've spun the submarine around. Captain Tito loves doing 2 second passes for everybody. We do a second set of passes for everybody at the South Reef, and then we get out of here because I want to head out to the northern end of our dive site. We've got our North Reef, we've got our Summit Chip up there. Now, those blue striped snapper that we can see here off the starboard side once again, those guys are introduced. The opposite of an introduced species is an endemic species. It's damaged by waves, so you will only find it in deeper water. So
Look, they're looking at us.
You experience snorkeling,
They're looking at us.
totally different in shallow water. So it provides a whole different attitude. It provides a whole
They're looking at us.
ecosystem for these guys. So what we find is that a lot of the little yellow guys, the yellow tang, solid yellow fish with the black beady eyes, that's Bubbles from Finding Nemo. For some reason, here at this dive site, the yellow tang that we find here are tiny. They're tiny. They're really small. I went to Lanai, and the yellow tang over there, about the size of like small dinner plates. They're huge fish, and that's indicating where the adults hang out and where the juveniles hang out. So you kind of see where the juveniles are, where the adults are. It's very interesting as you explore the bottom. Now, Tito's going to move us out of here. We're going to start heading up to the northern end of our dive site. I want to point out a quick physics thing that I think is very exciting. Here we are 106 feet underwater. Look on the outside of the submarine. Now, don't look at any... Oh, there's that spot you were again. On the port side, actually. Sorry, starboard side. We'll find you guys another one, I promise. Probably about 40 feet out. He was down on the bottom. This little tiny guy was hunting out there. Or feeding, or trying to feed. I don't know. Okay, so look on the outside of the sub. Do you guys see how it looks blue on the outside of the sub? Looks like there's like a blue filter in front of the viewports. Now look back on the inside and look at your clothes or any of your belongings. Was anybody wearing the color red? If you're wearing red, it does not look red anymore. Sir, you had a red shirt on, and now looks like a brick or a maroon color. Now, a lot of people don't believe me when I have the red stuff, so I finally bought a red water bottle. When you're velvet red on the surface, come down here and you nearly disappear. Wait, you see the really ugly looking one?
Wow.
The ones with the big eyes and the big lips, that is the Angelina Jolie fish. No, that's the porcupine fish. That's the porcupine fish.
We played hide and seek.
Yeah.
Now, most of these animals I will gladly eat, including the sea urchin. I absolutely love uni. Some fresh uni, that is the way to go. However, the porcupine fish is the one fish I'll never eat. You can actually, this has a whole bunch of tiers of defense. They can puff up to about 3 times its size, so it can't be swallowed. And then it's super long spikes, inch to inch and a half long spikes, so it can't be swallowed. And then, if the spikes don't stop you, oh yeah, the skinny one, the one that looks like a stick, that's a trumpet fish. Yeah. Now, those porcupine fish, they can puff up, they've got inch and a half long spikes, and they're super toxic.
Wow.
I think I can fix it. No.
Go forward.
Oh yeah, starboard side. I'm trying to find it. Look about 60 feet out on the sand. There's a shark out there. Just chilling. There's a little white tip reef shark out there. I believed you.
Look at that, Mama. Look how big it
I honestly can't believe no one's stolen that propeller yet. All right, we're gonna spin over to the other side of the Carthaginian. It's nice when there's like stuff going on. This is sweet. So the ship's been down here for 12.5 years. Like I said, we sank her on purpose. It took us about 3 years to prep her before we could sink her. Like I said, it cost us about $250,000.
Oh, look,
Once
there's
we
a
got
big
her out
fish.
to the dive site, though, it only took us 27 minutes to sink the ship. Yeah. 26 minutes and 20.
Diving. Cool.
Oh, this whole couple was going here.
Yeah, that.
All right, how was that, guys?